Hey folks, I'm back with another video already for this alpha. Things are happening so fast with this data mine. I'm going to keep bringing you stuff as fast as I can. We're going to go through some of these new character models. So spoilers, as you see on the screen right here with me. We are going to talk about them. We're going to look at them. First up, we have the brand new Sylvanas model. It is stunning, actually, to look at. That this looks a lot like her in-game cinematic model. I mean, the face, the lines of the tears, the mark on her face from her fight with Saurfang, really cool. I mean, we're getting some clipping here on the model viewer. That's just what it is right now. But Wowhead is just churning out this stuff right now as fast as they can, and it's amazing. And we're just going to go through these one at a time. I'm going to look at them, give you guys a look at them. I want your guys' comments down below, on what you think of these models. What do you think of how quick this information is coming out? The next one we have to look at besides Sylvanas, if you look also, she's changed from her battle attire that she had at the end of BFA. The coloring is much more that of the jailer and of what you would expect for Shadowlands. It's really interesting to see some of the changes they've made to her look. Her pauldrons on her shoulders now have these nice big knife edges on them. The level of detail is really nice. I'm going to see if I can zoom in a little bit. But if we do, I can probably lose some quality, but her boots have changed some. And just the detailing that they've really gone into with this is really nice. And it's impressive. The next model we have to look at, actually look at, her eyes aren't as glowy or smoky now, is a new Userra model. This is interesting to me because we lost Userra in Legion, and she was taken up by what we assume is a loon, became a constellation. So I guess it would make sense that now, instead of being in the Emerald Dream, she is now in Ardenweald, which is the flip side of the Emerald Dream. While the Nightmare is a corruption of it, this is its natural counterpart. And they've updated her some. It looks good. And I can't wait to see Userra, so I'm excited to see some of the stuff that we get here with the dragon aspects, especially with Userra. Maybe we'll be working alongside her. We know that Tyrande is going to be very active in Ardenweald, so the two of them together, that's going to tie very nicely together. And I'm thinking then maybe we'll get some interaction with druids. Maybe Malfurion will be there as well, assuming. And along this line of Userra, we also have a new model for her dragon form, which looks pretty good. It's definitely updated. It's nice. I like it. Yeah, overall, I mean, these new updates, you're getting some little bits of armor on her legs, which is kind of neat. So it's nice to see that they're adding in new flourishes to these models. The next one, though we don't have a full shot of it, we do have a bit of a body shot. It's a small automaton, which looks like it's from the Bastion area. But if you look at the way the wing style and stuff is, kind of makes me think of like the stuff that we would see from the Ramakahen and Uldum. It kind of has that styling to it, which isn't too surprising. But it's definitely from Bastion and the Kyrian, which should be really cool to see. The next one we've got comes from is a Gargoyle model, which looks like it's just a small gargoyle, your basic trash mob, or maybe even a toy or pet. Got some really good details on him. I like how they're adding these new shadow lines naturally into the model. I mean, it would be nice if we could get actual light cast and stuff into the effects model, but given the age of the engine, this does look nice. Smart Gargoyle is really cool looking. I like him. I think he would be a pretty cool little companion, or hopefully he's not just your basic trash mob. I would like to see him as a little companion buddy or boy or pet or something like that follows you around. That'd be kind of neat. And next up we have a updated spider. I'm guessing this is coming from Maldraxxus area. Well, the gargoyle I would say is probably Rivendreth. So the spider, they've definitely done some improvements on the spider models from the past, including even Legion and beforehand, it really looks nice. I'm curious what the animation set's going to be like for it. They actually put a spinneret on it. That's neat. It's cool to see that they actually added a spinneret detail. So, next up we have one of the stewards, or as Taliesin like to say, the Swole Owl Boys. These are part of the Kyrian, the Bastion area. Seen them in several trailers, but now we get a better look at their model, and they're really nicely done. It's interesting that their feathers here almost look like they're gold tipped. So I'm interested to see what their lore is going to be. Bastion is probably definitely the area I'll send like my paladin through, and Rivendreth for my Death Knight, of course. Let's see. Next up, another Maldraxxus creature, I believe, a super zombie. So it kind of looks like one of our Shamblers that we've had in the past. It kind of looks like they took a little bit of the Abomination model, or the which one am I thinking of? The not the Abomination, but there was another model very similar to this with the with Wrath of the Lich King, revisiting some, reimagining some earlier models. I like this one. It looks good. Definitely has some character to it. It's really, really neat. My cat is being a butt and scratching the door while I'm recording, of course. And next up we have a Tree Folk. This is obviously an Ardenweld model. Sorry. But looks beautiful. And I have to say, this right here is probably going to be Callie, my wife's favorite area. She loves Fae and Night Folk and stuff like that. And this art style and styling is really beautiful and unique. I really like it. It's showing some definite progress on artistic motifs and some evolution in the art teams. Really nice to see. I like it. Next up we have the Vampire Apothecary, obviously from Rivendreth. This is, I can't zoom in on it, like a little bit of a closer look on this. And this is also probably giving us a feel for some of the aesthetics we're going to see with the different Covenant armor sets. So this could be really indicating, you know, that dark goth, which we expected. You know, we're going to be able to carry around a tombstone on our back in Rivendreth as part of the Covenant. This looks cool. I like the way this looks. I like how they're bringing a bit of the Sanguine in from Wrath of the King. That could be an interesting allied race, in my opinion, would be the Sanguine. It's really, really cool to see. Now we've got the Vicious Alliance Spider. This is a mount or a pet. I would say, looking at it, I don't see a place for the character to sit, so I'm guessing the boy. Very interesting looking. So an armored spider. And of course there is a horde variant, which has a very Undercity look to it. That's interesting. It has this very much an Undercity style look to its color palette. I really don't think that's a mount because there's no saddle or anything like that for the player to sit on, unless it's like right here on the mid thorax there. That would be really. All right, and next up we have our Warlords. These are, I'm guessing Maldraxxus, being that they are skeletal. Look at these dudes. They are massive. Wouldn't want to meet them at you know, on low health. These Warlords are interesting looking. I'm guessing they're going to be a heavier NPC, especially one that we would fight, an enemy NPC, and not a standard NPC. So that's really interesting. I like their look. The design language on it is really, really nice. Color palette, very fitting for Maldraxxus. And next we've got up the Winged Lion. Has another variant to this. It's just in the wild, kind of like your Griffin or Hippogriff wild model. Pretty good. It looks a little rough. May not be the final model. And then we have it in a mount variant, which, okay, it looks much better as a mount. It really the additions of the bridle and harness and armor really do flesh out the model nicely. So maybe this will be something that we get through a quest, train, and tame to become our mount. That could be really neat. So I like the way that looks. And then our final model that we're going to talk about in this video is the Winter Queen. Winter Queen. I haven't refreshed the page, so I don't know if there's any more while I talk about this one. Any new models listed? The final one we've got right now. The Winter Queen. Gorgeous. I'm guessing this is going to be Ardenweld, given she has these antlers that we've seen similarly on some of the NPCs and the footage of Ardenweld. Really looks neat. And being the Winter Queen makes you wonder if friend or foe. I like this on the cloak, how it's very wing. Got wings coming off of her back, which she probably does, so she'll have a flight animation, hope. And given the color usage, I would guess friendly NPC, but you know, things are going to be deceiving in this expansion, I believe. So it's really going to be interesting to see where they go with it. I want to bring these two to you real quick, so leave a comment down below, like and subscribe to this video if you enjoy me bringing you this alpha content, and we'll continue updating as things become available. So for Midlife Crits, I am Crits. See you on the couch. Hey folks, so literally while I was editing this very video right here, they posted some more models. So real quick, we're going to jump into these. I'm going to show them to you. We've got Kael'thas Sunstrider in Rivendreth. This is how he appears normally. Very neat update to his TBC model, and it looks fantastic. He looks great. And then we have a corrupted model of Kael'thas. This is mind-blowing. He's got a tombstone on his back. He looks even more emo. But overall, I love it. I love how it looks. I'm really looking forward to being in Rivendreth. Now I'm debating on which character I want to play on first, my Paladin or my DK. I'll have to see how it goes. And finally, the big surprise, Hakar is back and looking better than ever. Look at this. He's got this cavity in his chest with almost like a soul gem in it. That's really cool. And he looks great. I mean, I actually was just running through Zul'Gurub today just to do some light farming. And yeah, he looks fantastic. Oh my goodness. So keep it here at Midlife Crits. More news to come. We'll see you soon.